Okay, so the wig. And then Diane.
Yep.
A wig? You mean... What type of wig?
Did they ask her they found... saying like, yeah, we found hair from a wig?
I don't know. That's a bit ambiguous. Oh, this is only 4 seconds as well.
I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Yeah, ambiguous again.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Oh, cat flap.
Oh wait, I'm still looking at my list. Somewhere at the very beginning I had written wig. Now I can't find it. I just want to cross it out. Wig.
Well, to be honest, I think we probably should have searched that a lot earlier. Because those little snippets, we already know what they're talking about. The wig is Eve's wig, and Eve and Hannah are both lying about the wig. Like, they know what they're talking about. Because the wig is the incriminating evidence that is so obvious that Eve and Hannah are two different people.
Actually, I didn't catch the ending of that
This other
clip.
person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
The cat flap.
Yeah. We need to search that. So that's going to be important. Sorry, squeaky chair.
I guess it just is good for realism. Realistic experience.
There's a song about Diane.
She has only been singing this song about the jealous sister so far.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Did we ever search glazier?
No, I guess not. 1 second. Glazier and cat flap.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off Ceefax, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
Yes, it's awful. Also, they said Ceefax. That's...
You'll have to explain this. I don't know what
Oh,
it is.
you don't know what Ceefax is?
No, is it some kind of fax recipe service?
No. On the television in the 90s, they had something called Ceefax, which is like a text-based site that would run alongside the TV, and you could search like the weather, you could search recipes and stuff like that.
Oh, I know this. It's called video text here.
That's the one, yeah. Well, Ceefax, I think, is the company that would do it. So it's probably video text over here as well. But yeah, that was why I left. It's like, ooh, Ceefax.
Blast from the past.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm just wondering whether there is any more info we can take from this. So Ceefax, dinner,
He would go to
MasterChef.
the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diana's a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off Ceefax, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
I stand by my earlier comment about fennel.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Yep. That's because I think Eric found out that Simon was sleeping with Dan. And so they were arguing.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, in this, Eve knows, or Eve pretending to be Hannah, knows that Simon was having an affair with Diane, so she's pretending not to know that Hannah knows. Does that make any fucking sense?
I get you.
Right. Okay,
Don't
cat
wrap
flap.
your head around it too much.
Yeah.
What is it with fennel? Why did she say that? Ah, just one clip.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be talking about one of Diane's dinners at this point.
Maybe.
Because we haven't yet had any direct confirmation that he had an affair with Diane or Helen.
I would say at this point it is fairly obvious that that's where it's going, but
Yeah,
they're not going to
that is the
confirm it in
best.
this clip because it's too early. The place where they're going to confirm it is when Eve is in the white blouse, because that's her confession interview. Okay. We've also got cat flap to do as well.
Uh-huh, that's true.
I got a job to contribute, Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us, there's always been pressure.
When was that?
26th of June, so before Eve came into the mix.
I mean, when did she have to get that job as a dinner lady?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I got a job to contribute,
When
Doug
she was
knew
married
someone
already,
and I
so
got a
she
job as
can
dinner lady
contribute.
at the primary school. They said it didn't
Doug.
matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids.
Who was Doug?
So you see,
I have no idea.
it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just
Sounds
been the two
like
of us.
something
There's always
else to search.
been pressure.
Hmm. Everything.
Oh, we've got too many things to search again.
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
She's being questioned as to what may have happened.
Yes.
Somebody came into the house in some way. That's what they suspect.
The cat flap.
I don't quite get what
No,
the question
they're
must have
shut.
been.
Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway.
Were the windows
The
open?
windows open, no, they were shut.
They
Stifling
were
in the
painted
summer.
over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Oh, so they're saying Simon was murdered in the house, and how did the attacker come in?
Or how did the attacker plant the body in the basement?
Yeah, or that. The cat flap. Must be big enough to get a person through.
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
It's just a red herring.
Yeah, cat flap was a dead end. Damn it. What was the other thing? Watch. Oh.
Yeah, right, watch. So many terms to check out. Let me just see what she says about the cat. Because that is confession time again.
We loved our cat, Domino. He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
Okay, watch.
I was hoping for loads of new clips, but there's only one.
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
Come Back and Stay. That's a Paul Young song, is that? I don't know.
I don't know this song.
Okay. It's just that I'm interested because I thought that came out in like 87, so that would be like way too late to be a first dance at their wedding.
Yeah, he seems to have goofed up on the first interview too, so why not here?
I don't know, I could be wrong. Actually, I might Google that. Hold on. There you go, super loud keys. 1983. Never mind. And it was Paul Young.
So it was still pretty new back in the day.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, who's Doug?
Ooh.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Oh!
Eleanor.
I remember who Doug was. Doug and Eleanor were the people that Simon and Hannah moved into at the first place. Like, after Hannah's parents died, they moved out of Simon's parents' house, they moved into Doug and Hannah's, and then moved into Hannah's parents' house. So that's who Doug and Eleanor are.
They must be Simon's parents because Hannah's parents died.
Oh, maybe they are. Maybe that's a lot more simple. Yeah, so...
I was just going to say, maybe he had an affair with Eleanor, but if she was his mom, then maybe not.
Well,
Still
it is
possible.
time-traveling Simon, after all. But yeah, I think Doug and Eleanor, they're either Simon's parents or they're friends of Simon and Hannah. I think it's probably more likely that Doug and Eleanor are the parents to Simon.
Mm.
I hoover, I dust every week, maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front.
Yeah. So Eleanor is...
She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
You have a bigger secret than that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they are Simon's parents.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
And she doesn't sound that awful as a mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. Eleanor?
So that's her initial account after they've found out that Simon was murdered. They wanted her to recap what she was doing. So in that testimony, this is supposedly after she's got back in from Glasgow.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
She found the door unlocked, but he wasn't there, which is, they must have either made it be that way or it was just a story she told them.
Yeah. Well, this is after Eve's already came into the equation.
Mm. We can't take the things she says here at face value, I would guess, because she's lying anyway.
Yes.
If anything, we can only check whether anything in there is provably wrong.
Can you search Eleanor? Because it says 6 entries found, access to 5 limited. So is the other entry under Eleanor? There you go.
Yeah, 1 second. Okay.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Wait a second. Wait. The 1st of July. Have we got anything from the 1st of July?
No, that's the missing interview.
Wait, no.
That stuff
we
is
have.
the 3rd of July.
Oh. Shit. We do. That's the 1st of July. the blue shirt Eve with the tattoo is also the 1st of July. So that happens. She spills her coffee on her white shirt, then she takes it off, and then she's got a blue shirt underneath and the tattoo. She never went in just as the t-shirt. She never intended to show that tattoo.
Okay, let's see.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, well, let's verify.
No, tattoo. Search tattoo. First of July.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right. She didn't mean to.
She didn't mean to show that tattoo. That was a mistake. But she had to take off her blouse because she spilt coffee over it.
That's genius. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Now
And then she had to
search
explain-
coffee.
And that's also why they didn't make sure she didn't have a tattoo on the other occasions.
Yeah.
One day before, she just wore this because
Yeah.
she would hide her tattoo the next day.
Yeah.
That's when she slipped up, and the police maybe noticed.
Yeah. So that's why they only noticed on the 1st of July that there was 2 different people. There we go. We've got loads of coffee. Holy. Yep.
Okay, I'll write this down on a separate paper. Search term Eleanor. Spilled coffee. And July the 1st. Police find 2 women.
The thing
That-
is,
Yep.
I think we can finish this with that chit-chat thing. But I kind of want to see all of the clips. I know it's ambitious.
How about we keep this somewhere in there?
Yeah.
It has to be in the foreground.
That's okay.
Maybe half the clips? Less, I would think.
Yeah.
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
That's such a tacky line.
Yeah, not relevant. Also, they stole that from Men in Black.
Oh, okay. Except for when on a later day she says, I want it with sugar.
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself.
She's trying to cover up
I
the
shouldn't
tattoo.
even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
She looked at the tattoo, and she was like, "Oh no, they've seen my tattoo. I've got to try and cover it up." And then she's like, "It's useless. They've probably already seen it."
Also here she's having 2 cups.
Well, that's Hannah. Hannah's not pregnant. It's Eve that's pregnant.
Yeah, I mean that's another telltale
Yeah.
sign.
Wait, so... Oh, I had something really important. I can't remember what it was.
Just retread your steps. Just say it out loud.
I can't even think where my steps were. There was something about the coffee. Oh well,
So
forget
she
it.
just said she can only have 1 cup, even though she's pregnant. Well, okay.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
And
Maybe if you watch that clip again.
no,
maybe then
it
you-
was the clip before that, I think. No, the
This
first
one?
one. The first one. Darkly.
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar.
Oh.
Sweet enough as it is.
I remember what it was. It's completely and utterly useless. It doesn't mean anything to the whole thing. Right, let me just explain. So, it's not Men in Black that it's from. It's from a film called Snatch, 2004, where the bad guy says, "I'll have black coffee, no sugar, I'm already sweet enough." That's, yeah. Yeah. That was what was bugging me. I knew it wasn't important. That's why I was like, no, let's move on.
Never seen that movie, but yeah, that sounds like the thing
Also-
you'd never expect them to say.
Also, that was the first ever clip.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So she immediately sits down. Do you want a coffee? That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yeah.
That's exactly where we are right now.
Wait,
Coffee, I guess.
Yeah.
that's the 2nd of January. Not January, July. We've not ever had one from the 2nd of July. This is a brand new
That's
day.
the missing day.
And here we go. She's about to ask for milk and sugar. This is Eve.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
Yeah. That's a different person.
Yep. So again, this was more evidence for the police to say, has a tattoo that's just appeared, likes coffee in a different way. I want to see the other clips now from the 2nd of July. So I think this is when her guise is being foiled. So that's the big gap. All the 2nd of July is that big gap there from that yellow one that we've just discovered. All those red bits, that's all the 2nd of July. So it's actually a short day.
Okay, I'll be going through my list, just picking off terms. Oh, what's that? Is she crying?
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything, I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
That doesn't quite fit with the whole dinner lady thing.
No.
Because she has to interact with people all the time as a dinner lady.
Can you refresh it? Yeah. Okay.
You know what? My concentration is starting to slip. We've been having a marathon session.
Yeah. Well,
And
the thing is that I just had a load of wave of ideas that we could search, so maybe we could end it just after I've told you which ones we need to search in the next session.
Okay. All I'm thinking is this seems in some way important because what is she even talking about? It must have been her,
I think
her youth.
the problem with that is the fact that that's about something completely different. Like, we're already on the track of, like, the coffee and the murder and the watch and that sort of thing. And this is really early on in her story. So it's, like, really disjointed for us, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you click on those green lights? No. Damn it.
Nothing
I
happens.
was hoping that we could bring up the clips that they were identified as.
Yeah, by the way, I've seen in the recording, apparently it's not recording my cursor, so people can't even see that I was hovering my cursor over that.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I meant to tell you before we started recording and I forgot.
Yeah, guess I should have used a different software, or maybe I turned it off somewhere in the settings.
Yeah.
So it's just a ghost cursor for all
I
of
had it
this
turned
Let's
off for
Play.
the longest time and I couldn't figure out what I did on both Bandicam and OBS. So both my stream and my YouTube just didn't have a cursor for like 3 months, and I didn't realise.
Yeah, this is Afterburner, which gave me quite some trouble. I was recording, as you remember, Space Quest 1.
Yeah.
And there was no cursor in the image, but when I later saw the footage, it was in there and it was huge. And there was no way to delete it. Oh wait, I'll look at this again. Maybe there's something I can write down from it. Let's look at the rest and then you give me your terms.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything, though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
Yeah, I don't think that's overly relevant at the moment.
Not necessarily, other than this whole clash with her saying, and I'm happily working as a dinner lady.
Well, no,
If
because
she's shy, then what is she?
because she was working at the shop before. I think this is before she met Simon, because she met Simon when
Yep.
she was 17. That doesn't mean that she was in school at 17. You could leave school at 16 in the UK, especially back then.
Yeah, also her parents were still alive.
Yeah.
So it must have been before she met Simon.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear and she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. My mum was amazed.
Cool story, bro.
Oh, that fills in a gap. I think the next one's going to fill in another gap as well.
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on and got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so I've got a theory now about like the dates. So, yeah, there we go. It did fill in a gap. Right. So, it's always been puzzling me that Eve looks really tired on the 3rd of July. It's almost as though she has not had any rest over the night. Her hair's like messed up. She's not had a shower. She's not been rested well. So, do you think that because on the 2nd, that little clip that we had, she looked really well dressed? Do you reckon they arrested her on the 2nd and now taken Eve in for further questioning after the arrest? So, if we search arrest, that was one of my words. That would make sense, like, appearance-wise. Also, put it down on the list. Don't look it now. Don't look it now, because I'm getting confused.
Oh, okay.
Also, another word I had was children, I think. I can't remember why.
Because she was working with children.
No, it wasn't that. It was... I'm getting names mixed up. Eric and Diane had 2 children.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I wanted to look at that. And there was a few other words. I can't remember them. I should write them down.
You should.
There we go, arrest.
Interesting. Yep. And another one from the 2nd.
Yeah, so I reckon she's been arrested on the 2nd. Because they figured it out on the 1st. They brought her in for questioning on the 2nd. They then questioned her as Eve. They realised that Eve was an accomplice to murder, if not a murderer. Then arrested her, and then Eve is giving the confession and giving up Hannah on the 3rd.
Mm.
And Eve's trying to protect herself then at this point. And also, at one point, they said that, like, Eve said that Hannah has gone now, So I think that Hannah's gone and ran away.
Yeah, and if Hannah is the one who killed her husband, she's the one they have to arrest.
Yes.
Okay, they would still have to arrest Eve for being an accomplice,
Yeah.
but her sentence wouldn't be as strict, as severe.
Did we ever search murder?
Yeah, it was the first term that came up.
Okay.
It's been a while, you can be forgiven.
Also, Prince. I want to search Prince, because we did Princess, but we never did Prince.
Okay, will do.
And there was something else as well. I can't remember. Did we search lie detector?
No, we didn't, and I also wrote
Okay.
it down at some point. Ugh.
I know, because so much things.
Okay. How about I just type them all now?
Oh, and the
And then
T.
we go back
oh,
in the
no,
list.
the taxi. Because she crashed into a taxi. Oh, okay, that's what.
Nothing
never
new
mind.
on the taxi.
Nothing new on the taxi.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, lie
So
detector.
let's
There we go.
back now.
And children. That was another thing.
Okay, I suggest something which would be... Let's look at these and then let's take a break.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of material.
There is a. Well, maybe we should have a break now and then come at this with a clear head because I'm getting really hungry.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, we have started this around lunchtime.
Yeah.
So we'll take a break here and we'll be back in another episode.
Hey.